Myself, Padmalushni, I'm an IR student from University Uttara Malaysia. So one major thing that I've learned from this workshop is that not everybody have encountered the same situation, and not everybody have the same definition of what they face or what are the traumatic experience that they face. And one action that I would do in 2 months time would be sharing awareness. I'll create awareness in my social media network. For an instance, I'll share stuff that will create awareness. So out of 10, at least 1 out of 10 from my social media followers get to read, and that would eventually make them to know this is what you're supposed to do, and that will eventually help them to do what they're supposed to do, and for them to know that they can also do better later on. So that would be my action in 2 months time, and the impact that it would bring is that they get to feel better about themselves, and that is the most important fact that I think that I've learned from this workshop. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Joyce. I'm an IR student from UUM. There are a few things that I've learned in this workshop. First is that wars, conflicts, and terrorism. Yes, these are the bigger pictures that I've always been looking at, but in today's workshop, I realized that the roots of all this are mainly from the difference in ideological, environmental, and different types of political practices, which actually cause the bigger picture of these things to happen. So what we have learned in this workshop is that for us to not to go into that main level of wars and conflicts and terrorism things, what we can do today is like practicing simple things such as caring and loving for others, not saying something that would hurt a person's feeling. The second thing that I've learned is that I should always be mindful about what I'm about to speak. In this workshop, we have seen a lot of people going through a lot of things. So this also is one of the action that I will be doing in these 2 months, is to be mindful about what I'm about to speak. Whenever I'm about to speak to someone, I should be thinking that how can my words or my actions impact the person's life. If the thing is going to bring harm to them, it's better not to say. It's better to keep it to myself. And the last thing that I've learned in this workshop, right, is that violence is not ended with violence. You don't need to fight back to someone, or you can be opinionated, but there are ways to actually tell your opinions. You don't have to, if it's a war, you don't have to encounter it with war. What we have studied what we have learned in this workshop is that there are more alternatives way. What in this workshop we have learned is that we can use social media as a platform to spread awareness. So these are some of the things that I've learned in this workshop in these past 3 days. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqwami Mazli, and I'm from UUM. Especially, I'm one of the IR students in semester 4 or year 2. Basically, what I learned from this program, Pelita, has brought by Siasat and also the UNDP, is that I believe the hate speech must be avoided at all costs. So, in my opinion, is that this program provided youth to enhance their critical skills, their soft skills, and also the minds of the hate speech is where we can counter of it. So instead of we give it some sort of an attack, why not we give them an appreciation, I mean, in terms of empathy and also sympathy in one element. And I believe this program also give a good and also a reasonable factors whereby we as a youth should come up together and also share one of our experience, and on especially when we talk about how the hate speech arise in social medias such as Twitter, Facebook, and so forth. And it depends on the individual who encounters it, and how in this program we provide an enhance of initiative together has brought by the experts from Siasat. And I do believe that upon this program, as I'm one of the IR students, I do believe one implementation, the tangible implementation that I can give is that I can create one program which resonates to the recent issues of hate speech. For example, like how counterterrorism works in the Southeast Asian region, and how to avoid in the seas and also lands illegally. So like this is one of the ways that I can give within 2 months from now. And I do believe that all the trainings and activities provided by this program will give me a good knowledge and also a good experience from what I get. So therefore, I believe in the future, siasat and also the other partnerships will create more workshops that related to this, but into the terms of the international relation fields. So I can believe that this is one of the way that we as a youth can engage and contribute our ideas for the better future. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Aina Arina. I am an IR student from UUM. And from this program, it is an insightful program for me, and there are many things that I learned, especially when it comes to hate speech and how it could impact us even through our daily activities and conversation. And to be here, it is a good thing to know that we have a safe ground for us to actually be surrounded with people who actually struggle the same thing, and those people who actually survive from whatever hate speech could impact us. And for someone who has been conveying the idea of body positivity and who struggled with this before, what I would do for this program is that I would share whatever that I have learned throughout this program, especially when it comes to spreading body positivity. And I believe that I would do that through my social media, especially Instagram and Twitter, by just posting pictures and motivating words so that people could be comfortable with their own skin. And I hope that we can create a better and bigger, safer ground for people, especially those who struggled and survived like me. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Najah Babar, and I'm currently an IR student at University Utara Malaysia. What I learned through this PELITA program is everyone don't afraid to speak out what's your opinion regarding anything that you wanted to speak out. And what the most important thing is, every voices matter, and give a chance to people to speak out what's their opinion. And the most important thing that I've learned here is try to learn new things, even though you know that you will learn from others. One action that I wanted to do in these 2 months is I want to spread awareness regarding human rights issues in the social media platform, especially in Twitter and also in Instagram. I want people to start to rethink again what they are commenting in the social media that bring extremes to others people. So that's the important thing that I wanted to do in this 2 months. And I really hope that everyone will start to rethink before they say something in the social media. Because whatever you say, it will give impact to the other people. That's what I learned in this program. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, nama saya Hafizah Nazira binti Firdaus and I'm from University of Malaya. So something that I've learned from this workshop is, first of all, be kinder and give appropriate response to hate speech. I think Miss Adlis told me that if you respond someone with hateness as well, then you just no different from them. So that's one thing that I've learned, is to give appropriate response to hate speech. And something that I would do for the next 2 months is, I'm an illustrator, so I think I would spread more awareness by drawing more things that describes or symbolize something that against hate speech, and I'm going to post it on Instagram. So yeah, that's it.
I'm Muhammad Najif Danish and I'm from University of Malaya. 3 things I've learned from this workshop will be, first, neutrality always sides with the oppressor. Secondly is always respect others as individual. And lastly, we could never fight evil with evil. One thing I would do for the upcoming 2 months would be to always be vocal and always side with those oppressed. Because I believe, at least if I couldn't bring much impact to them, they wouldn't feel alone, and ultimately it could reduce or minimize the effects of those oppressor done to them.
Hi, my name is Sheikh Irfan from University Tun Abdul Razak, and there are 3 things that I have learned so far throughout this workshop. The first one is how to create counter-narrative and the harmful effect of hate speech, and the last one is how to express our expression creatively. And I will definitely share a lot of educational posts on social media, as this will increase public awareness on the harmful effect of hate speech. That's all.
Hi, I'm Zulaika from UPM. So the things I've learned from this program is how to prevent the extremism. Other than that, I learned how to how to handle hate speech from people. The one action I would do in 2 months, I would share this issue to my friends or spread this in social media. So the impact would be so the impact to the people who have the problem related to this issue will have a good life. We have a good life. Thank you.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Munira binti Cik Omar. Saya merupakan pelajar tahun 2 Ijazah Sarjana Muda Pendidikan dengan Kepujian dalam Sukan dan Rekreasi di Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Apa yang saya dapat belajar daripada bengkel ini adalah yang pertama, saya dapat beranikan diri untuk menyuarakan apa yang saya tak boleh suara di luar sana. Contohnya dalam dalam ahli politik hate speech. Okey. Yang kedua adalah saya dapat belajar macam mana apa pengalaman rakan-rakan di universiti lain, macam mana dia orang boleh masuk ke universiti yang hebat sekarang. Okey. Satu perbuatan yang akan saya buat selepas bengkel ni adalah saya akan buat satu video untuk ceritakan tentang positive thinking supaya orang dapat berfikiran positif dan dapat meneruskan hidup seperti biasa tanpa rasa takut, tanpa rasa negative impact akan mempengaruhi mereka. The impact yang saya akan dapat, yang saya percaya saya akan dapat daripada perbuatan itu adalah, pertama, orang akan lebih confident dengan diri sendiri dan saya juga akan dapat lebih berfikiran dengan lebih mendalam tentang positive thinking. That's all daripada saya. Terima kasih.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amira Fazana and I'm from IUM. So the 3 things that I've learned from this program is I learned that media is the most influential platform to change someone's life and destroy someone's life. And I also learned that hate speech is not justifiable in any situation at all. And I also learned that most of the teens and young people are the one who mostly do the hate speech to other people because they are in the age of being vulnerable and does not aware of the consequences. And the one action that I would do in 2 months is I'll maybe can create a poster to post on Instagram from my research of hate speech and extremism and integrate the knowledge that I learned from this program to create the poster. And the impact that I would believe is to maybe create a snowball effect that I share the information to my followers and they also can share the information that I create to their followers. Yeah, so that's all from me.
Hi, my name is Farah Azam and I am from IUM. So the 3 things that I've learned is actually like the impacts to society, like its massive impact. Secondly, like to never justify it even as a response, consciously or unconsciously. And lastly is to never be a bystander. You have to act on yourself. So one action that I'm going to be doing for the next 2 months will be, I'll be starting to posting and spreading positive messages using my accounts through the comments and even my video section. And I think the impact would be that it will start to influence people to actually also do positive messages to other people, even to strangers.
Hi, my name is Aisha Rafi'i. I'm from IUM Gombak. So the 3 things that I have learned throughout the workshop is, first, bad person doesn't really mean that they are bad. I think they have to. We must show kindness to them, so inshallah they will change. And the second is, there are actually ways to tackle the issue. You just need to be more creative. And then the next, I think, is we can do more, not just witness or be bystanders. Just do more, it will change. And one thing that I will one action that I will do in the future 2 months is I will start to educate my surroundings about the CVE or hate speech or hate messages because I think that the impact is when I educate them first, they will likely to share with their surroundings too. So it's like a chain reaction. So what am I going to do is I will likely posting about the CVE or hate speech or messages through my story or by updating status WhatsApp and etc.
Hi, my name is Alif. I am from IIUM. The three things that I learned from this workshop is that the definition of the hate speech, it is an action or behavior that we are affecting them in a negative way. And also, I learned that there are variety of form for the hate speech, and also that being neutral does not help the victim of hate speech. So what I would do in the 2 months is that I will not be neutral anymore, because at first I thought that if I don't mind people business, then it will be okay. I don't have any problem. But it seems that it does not helping the community to be the better community. So I will not be neutral anymore. And if I ever encounter hate speech and I notice it, then I will help the victim. And I'm sure that it will help people to not generalizing or normalizing the hate speech. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Faris bin Jafri. I am from IIUM. Three things that I've learned in this workshop is that number one is that hate speech is caused from insecurity and targeted against the insecurity of someone else. Meaning that hate speech, the root cause of hate speech and how the mechanism of it all ties a lot into the concept of insecurity. And I think if we can allow ourselves to be much more secure with ourselves, it will stop the spread of hate speech as well as minimize the effect of hate speech. Second thing that I learned related to the first point is that hate speech is a universal thing, and as such, it's not something that we can control. The speech from other people is not something we can control. However, the way we perceive the hate speech can be controlled. Putting the hate speech outside of your heart and inside of your hand to observe it and to analyze it is a good way for us to start to stop that problem lah. And thirdly, I think third thing that I have learned from this event is that hate speech is related to extremism in a way, because I think the studies that have shown so far it's very much correlated with tendencies to commit extremism. And I think as such we need to try our best to minimize the spread of hate speech lah, because it can lead to much larger consequences. One action that I would do within 2 months' time is that perhaps I will try to get back into poetry and inspire people specifically to spread the message of positive messages as well as upholding mental health. And I think this workshop kind of reinvigorated my interest in poetry a bit, and I wish the impact of that is, I wish to inspire more people to share what they experience in their daily lives and try to inspire more people after that. For the poetry, I'm going to post it in my social media accounts. Perhaps or even create another separate social media account for me to share my poetry.
Hello, my name is Nasrin and I am from University Malaya. So 3 things that I've learned from this event is I should not fight hate speech fire with fire. Second, I should be more mindful before I say something to people. And third, I should feel more empathy towards people even though I don't experience what they feel. And one action that I would do in 2 months is I would post on my Instagram about facts about mental illness so that I can spread awareness so that people would understand and would eventually misunderstood people with mental illness so that they don't receive hate speech.
Hello, my name is Tulishina. You can call me Lily. I'm from University Malaya. And 3 things that I learned from this program is that face the problem no matter how hard is it, and stand for your own freedom and expression. Like you do the things for yourself. So I like to do things for myself, and I also learned that I should help people like me who face the online hate speech to gain their confidence back. And one action that I will take is that I will try to create a TikTok account to spread this awareness. Maybe it can help them to realize and inspire others to do the same thing. And I will also hope that the impact that it will give them make them aware the importance of to address this online hate speech.
Hi, my name is Dewana Zamain. I'm from University of Malaya. And the three things that I've learned throughout this 3-day, 2-night workshop is firstly, what exactly is extremism, the triggers and its potential its impacts. Well, I've learned that through Thomas's presentation yesterday during the second day, and it was a big eye-opener for me because I've heard of the term extremism, but I've never really understood what it meant. But now I know, and I know how harmful it can bring to society. And so that's the first thing. The second thing is I've learned that throughout the discussions and sharings that we've had throughout the workshop with the people that I've met here, these wonderful people, was that we've all faced, they're not that similar, but we've all faced issues and problems in life. Therefore, it made me feel like I'm not alone in certain hardships, and therefore I always should be kind because you never know what someone is going through in life. So that's what I've learned. And lastly is that I've learned and developed, I guess, a desire to raise awareness on this topic of hate speech and how these seemingly small matters could potentially lead to something bigger and more extreme. So yeah. Next, an action that I would like to do in the next 2 months is, I guess, finally continue doing what I love, which is playing ukulele and posting covers on my social media platforms, in which I stopped doing a long time ago because of some unpleasant experiences I've had. But after joining this workshop, I realized that, you know what, I should just do what I love. And I know that I won't be able to please every single person on this planet. Therefore, the most important person I should please is myself. And I know the impact that this would bring is that I would have to get out of my comfort zone again. But that's fine, I think, because the greatest things never happen inside our comfort zone, right? So getting outside of my comfort zone would be a great change, and I could improve and grow from there, while also maybe inspire others to do the same.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Ayuni and I'm from University Malaya. Three things that I learned from this workshop is that first, hate speech is never okay in whatever occasion. If we believe is residual, it never okay. Second, it is crucial for us to spread awareness about terrorism, about extremism, about hate speech, because community nowadays did not realize that it is a negative things that can affect the future. The third things that I learned is that stop being in the natural side. We should take an action for the future because the future is in our hand. So make a move, even is like a small gesture. We need to make an action. So one action that I will do in next 2 months, as usual, I'll make a posting of me talking at the social media like TikToks, Instagram stories on how to always be positive. Even if we have, if we got some negative comments or negative voices, we should take it as a things that we can improvise ourselves and turn it into a good side. And impact that I expect from that action is that I want my friends that always take hate comment and always being depressed of it to change themselves, change their perspective, and let that negativity help them to strive and improve themselves being better in future. That's all.
Hi, my name is Fira and I'm from UM. Today I would like to share with you the 3 things I've learned from this workshop. The first thing is responding maturely. This is when Mr. Thomas' workshop, he taught us to always respond maturely and to listen to the other party. The next one is to stand up for what you feel is right. And this means that you cannot be neutral because you cannot be neutral when the aggressor is there. The third one is different types of hate speech, because I did not realize prior to this workshop that different types of hate speech exist. So this workshop has made me realize that hate speech exists in spectrum. The second one is an action that I would like to do in 2 months. So basically, I have received hate comments before and is still receiving hate comments due to the fact that I am online. And I aim to respond to these hate comments in a way that people could learn from them. So to say as that I would like to be an example by responding in a way that I can educate them. Lastly, the impact that I wish to have from doing this action is that people would be able to refrain themselves from ever commenting hate comments, and if they do, I would learn and respond in a way that I have been taught by this workshop.